10 years later, my first boyfriend invited me to the hotel he owns, and I ran away unexpectedly. My name is Emily Johnson, an ordinary name that represents my expectations for life. 10 years have passed like a fleeting moment, silently slipping away. Memories of youth, like long-lost photo albums, can still touch the softest place in my heart when occasionally opened. And he, Jack Harrison, the man who left a deep impression on my life, is like a distant dream, quietly entering my dreams in the still of the night. 10 years ago, we were naive and innocent, and love quietly sprouted between us, like the gentlest breeze in spring, gently brushing over our hearts. Jack Harrison's smile was always so warm, as if it could dispel all the gloom. We used to stroll along the tree-lined paths of the university, talking about our aspirations for the future. At that time, we believed that love could overcome everything, and that holding hands could lead us to eternity. However, youth always accompanies regrets. For various reasons, we eventually chose different paths, and that goodbye contained too much reluctance and helplessness. Since then, we have been occasionally hearing about each other from friends, but never had the courage to disturb each other. Today, 10 years later, I received an invitation email from Jack Harrison, short and sincere. "Emily, it's been 10 years. I hope we can catch up." The location is a boutique hotel he personally manages in the United States. At that moment, my heart surged. Those dusty memories surged like waves, making me both excited and anxious. I dressed carefully and set out on the road to the hotel. On the way, I imagined the scene of our reunion countless times. Would it be awkward greetings or natural laughter? My heart was both nervous and excited, as if I had returned to that young age. Entering the hotel, a faint, elegant fragrance hit me. The decoration style was simple, yet tasteful, and every detail revealed the owner's taste. The receptionist seemed to recognize me, smilingly guiding me to the reserved room. Standing in front of the door, I took a deep breath and gently knocked. The door opened, and Jack Harrison stood there, wearing a simple white shirt with dark pants. The years have added a touch of maturity and stability to him, but that familiar warmth remains. His eyes shimmered with surprise and tenderness, whispering, "Emily, you're here." In that moment, all defenses and nervousness melted away. We smiled at each other as if we had returned to the past. He led me into the room, which was decorated warmly and romantically. Our favorite desserts were placed on the table, along with an unopened bottle of red wine. Everything was just right, as if meticulously prepared for this reunion. We talked about our lives, work, family, dreams, topics that we once thought would never be able to be mentioned, but now we could discuss them openly. I discovered that despite the passage of time, we could still understand the deep affection and reluctance in each other's eyes. However, when we talked about our past relationship, the air seemed to freeze, and we both instinctively chose to avoid it. After dinner, Jack Harrison suggested going for a walk, and we strolled in the hotel garden. The night was gentle, and the moonlight was like water. He suddenly stopped and looked at me seriously, saying, "Emily, I've been thinking about you all these years." My heart trembled, but I didn't know how to respond. We have missed too much between us. Those lost times, like a broken kite, can never be found again. Just then, a gust of wind blew, bringing a cool breeze and blowing away the confusion in my heart. I looked at Jack Harrison and whispered, "Jack, thank you for giving me a beautiful memory, but we are not the same people we were back then. Perhaps we are better off cherishing this feeling in our hearts as the most beautiful blessing to each other." After speaking, I turned around and walked away quickly, without looking back. I knew that this moment of escape was a farewell to the past and a fulfillment of the future. Jack Harrison didn't catch up with me. He just stood there silently, watching me go. Back at home, I sat alone by the window, looking at the night outside, feeling a mixture of emotions. I knew that although this reunion was short, it made me understand myself better. Perhaps in everyone's life, there is that one person who teaches you how to love but cannot be with you till the end. But it is these experiences that make us grow and teach us to cherish. Now I have a new life, a new love, and being loved. And Jack Harrison will continue to move forward in his own world, searching for his happiness. Although our story is not finished, it is already beautiful enough to be the most tender memory in our hearts. In the days to come, may we both be well. carrying those beautiful memories and bravely moving towards our own happiness.